Alabama, Greg Byrne suggests forfeits as a fix to field and court storming. Quote, if we said that the home team, if they storm the field or court, they're going to lose the game right then and there, that will stop it. End quote. Hey, imagine losing to Vanderbilt so hard that months later, you're suggesting something so stupid.
That's really painful. I mean, Greg Byrne is a guy who's been around a long time, done some great things, was a fantastic athletic director, one of the best in the business. But come on, man. Come on. This is just because you're the one who keeps getting court stormed and field stormed. So, I can't help you with that. No, absolutely not. If they did that, I at that point, I'm just telling all of my visiting fans, show up in the other team's colors
and go on the field.
Go on the field. We're going to win every game we play.
Well, we've seen some stadium takeovers where there's 10, 15, 20, 30,000 opposing fans in an SEC stadium.
Yeah.
Hey, if you lose, go on the field. Go on the field. Storm the field. Get on it.
I don't understand why people continually take these positions that they know are stupid and they know are going to get them, like people like us talking about, like, what do you think is going to happen there? Do you think we're all going to be like, oh man, that is a great idea?
Yeah.
Just think for a second.
You know what I thought when Clemson beat Duke the other night? How terrible that was.
Like, I wish
that didn't happen.
I wish that Clemson had to forfeit that game immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, just dumb.
There's two ways to fix court storming, Greg. Here you go. This is a open letter, audio letter to the athletic director at Alabama, Greg Byrne. And I know that people at Ole Miss and Mississippi State occasionally listen to this show. So if you guys are on Greg Byrne's train, here's how you fix court storming or field storming. You ready? Don't lose. Don't lose, and people won't storm the field or the court. Or, number two, take the $60 million that you're getting every year from the league and, I don't know, come up with an enhanced security protocol. Maybe you invest in some fences or something to protect
armed guards. I don't know.
Guards, something.
A moat with crocodiles.
The league, this is the smallest number it'll be in a decade. The league just gave you $52 million. Use that and figure it out. Because although I loved this football season, I thought it was a blast. I'm enjoying college basketball season. I don't think the games themselves have changed at all. But we hear from our audience all the time. College sport is just different. Cal's in the ACC. That's hard to keep track of. I mean, it's kind of dumb, right?
It's a good point here. Instead of stop losing to Vanderbilt every 40 years, lose to them every year, and then it's not as big a deal.
Yeah, they won't storm the field if they keep beating you.
Now, I promise you, if Alabama goes 0-12 by the end of the year, nobody's storming the field.
Yeah, exactly. So, Greg, just lose. I mean, with their NIL situation, they're going to continue to lose.
Tell DeBoer, like, hey, just keep doing what you're doing.
It's just, it's one of the things that only happens in college sports. And every time it happens, it looks incredible. And the SEC markets court storming and field storming in their promotional items. And yet they turn around and Greg Sankey will stand up at media days, we're going to fine you for, but then you turn around and market it.
Right.
All the stuff that's changing in college sports. Oh, this is all terrible. Everything's changing. The House settlement, all this stuff. One of the most beautiful things that happens is a field storming after a big football win. And everybody that's done it will never forget it. You will never, ever, ever forget it.
You ever storm a field or a court?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
When Furman beat, I remember this one. When Furman beat Western Kentucky in the playoffs all the way back in 2001, everybody stormed the field.
I've stormed the field. I've stormed the field, I think, 4 times and stormed the court twice in my life.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
And the visuals are incredible. And again, Clemson Duke, a game that I have no interest in. In fact, I don't really like Clemson. If anything, I was kind of sad that they won. But when they beat Duke in Little John Coliseum, all those students stormed the court. That is only college sports.
Yeah.
And We want to take that away from college sports, just like we're taking away everything else.
This is just another case of the haves wanting the have-nots to really they want the have-nots to be have-nothings. Like you get absolutely nothing. You get no joy whatsoever. You're not even allowed to be. That's the next step. You're not allowed to win.
Yeah. One of the lamest things. So I had a good bit of friends when I was in college at Alabama, just through high school friends, and some people from my high school went there, whatever. And they had like a point of pride that, well, we never storm the field. Mm-hmm. We never storm the field. It's like, that doesn't sound like fun.
And you missed out on something then. You missed out on something in your college experience.
Yeah. And it's those same people, by the way. I went to go visit them one weekend, SEC game, and at the tailgate, nobody cared. And like, oh, we know we're going to win. So, I mean, and like they're like an hour before kickoff, or hey, Dad, first tip. Mm-hmm. They were like, should we even go? Like, we know we're going to win. That sounds miserable.
I mean, who wants to live like that? Not me. Not me.
Bob says, why don't some of these coaches teach these teams to act like they've been there before? Kind of like when Ole Miss beat Georgia, they act like they've never won before. Hey, Bob, Ole Miss fans had a blast that day. I mean, act like you've been there before. I understand the sentiment. I think players should act that way. If my son becomes an athlete, he's got my genes, so probably not. But if he does, I'm going to teach him that. You don't celebrate. If you hit a home run, you don't bat flip. You run around the bases, high five your teammates, go back to the dugout. But for fans, every single Ole Miss fan that was on the field that day, pouring down rain, and they just beat Georgia, had the time of their lives.
Yeah.
So forget the moral superiority of, look, you've been there before. The fans haven't been there before. They didn't play, but they had a big party on the field. Taking that away from college sports is stupid. And why the SEC efforts that is crazy. The Big 12 and the ACC at this point are like, yeah, y'all go on the field. Y'all go ahead. This is great.
It's just annoying. It's just annoying.